a friendly desert community where the sun is hot, the moon is beautiful, and mysterious lights pass overhead while we all pretend to sleep. Welcome to Night Vale. Hello, listeners. To start things off, I've been asked to read this brief notice. The City Council announces the opening of a new dog park at the corner of Earl and Somerset near the Ralphs. They would like to remind everyone that dogs are not allowed in the dog park. People are not allowed in the dog park. It is possible that you will see hooded figures in the dog park. Do not approach them. Do not approach the dog park. The fence is electrified and highly dangerous. Try not to look at the dog park, and especially do not look for any period of time at the hooded figures. The dog park will not harm you. And now the news. Old woman Josie out near the car lot says the angels revealed themselves to her. Said they were 10 feet tall, radiant, and one of them was black. Said they helped her with various household chores. One of them changed a light bulb for her, the porch light. She's offering to sell the old light bulb, which has been touched by an angel. It was the black angel, if that sweetens the pot for anyone. If you're interested, contact old woman Josie. She is out near the car lot. A new girl came into town today. Who is she? What does she want from us? Why her perfect and beautiful haircut? Why her perfect and beautiful coat? She says she is a scientist. Well, we have all been scientists at one point or another in our lives, but why now? Why here? And just what does she plan to do with all those breakers and humming electrical instruments in the lab she's renting? No one next to Big Rico's Pizza? No one does a slice like Big Rico. No one. Just a reminder to all the parents out there, let's talk about safety when taking your children out to play in the scrublands and the sand wastes. You need to give them plenty of water, make sure there's a shade tree in the area, and keep an eye on the helicopter colors. Are the unmarked helicopters circling the area black? Probably world government. Not a good area for play that day. Are they blue? That's the sheriff's secret police. They'll keep a good eye on your kids and hardly ever take one. Are they painted with complex murals depicting birds of prey diving? No one knows what those helicopters are or what they want. Do not play in the area. Return to your home and lock the doors until a sheriff's secret policeman leaves a carnation on your porch to indicate that the danger has passed. Cover your ears to block out the screams. Also, remember, Gatorade is basically soda, so give your kids plain old water and maybe some orange slices when they play. A commercial airliner flying through local airspace disappeared today, only to reappear in the Night Vale Elementary Gymnasium during basketball practice, disrupting practice quite badly. The jet roared through the small gym for only a fraction of a second, and before it could strike any players or structure, it vanished again, this time apparently for good. There is no word yet on if or how this will affect Night Vale Mountain Lions' game schedule, and also if this could perhaps be the work of their bitter rivals, the Desert Bluffs Cacti. Desert Bluffs is always trying to show us up through fancier uniforms, better pregame snacks, and possibly by transporting a commercial jet into our gymnasium, delaying practice for several minutes at least. For shame, Desert Bluffs, for shame. That new scientist we now know is named Carmen, called the town meeting. She has a square jaw and teeth like a military cemetery. Her hair is perfect, and we all hate and despair and love that perfect hair in equal measure. Old woman Josie bought corn muffins, which were decent but lacked salt. She said the angels had taken her salt for a godly mission, and she hasn't gotten around to buying more. Carmen told us that we are, by far, the most scientifically interesting community in the U.S., and she had come to study just what is going on around here. She grinned, and everything about her was perfect, and I fell in love instantly. Government agents from a vague, yet menacing agency were in the back watching. I fear for Carmen. I fear for Night Vale. I fear for anyone caught between what they know and what they don't yet know that they don't know. We received a press release this morning. The Night Vale Business Association is proud to announce the opening of the brand new Night Vale Harbor and Waterfront Recreation Area. I have been to these facilities myself recently on their invitation, and I can tell you that it is absolutely top of the line and beautiful. Sturdy docking areas made from eco-friendly post-consumer material, a boardwalk for pedestrians, and plenty of stands ready for local food vendors and merchants to turn into a bustling public marketplace. Now, there is some concern about the fact that, given we are in the middle of a desert, there is no actual water on the waterfront, and that is a definite drawback, I agree. For instance, the boardwalk is currently overlooking sagebrush and rocks. The Business Association did not provide any specific remedies for this problem, but they assured me that the new harbor would be a big boost to Night Vale nonetheless. Maybe wait until a flash flood, and head down there for the full waterfront experience. A local chapter of the NRA is selling bumper stickers as part of their fundraising week. They sent the station one to get some publicity, and we are here to serve the community, so I'm happy to let you know all about it. The stickers are made from good, sturdy vinyl, and they read, "Guns don't kill people. It's impossible to be killed by a gun. We are all invincible to bullets, and it's a miracle. Stand outside of your front door and shout, 'NRA!' to order one." Carmen and her team of scientists warned that one of the houses in the new development of Desert Creek, out back of the old elementary school, doesn't actually exist. "It seems like it exists," explained Carmen and her perfect hair. "Like it's just right there when you look at it. And it's between two identical houses, so it would make more sense for it to be there than not. But," she says, "they have done experiments, and the house is definitely not there." At news time, the scientists are standing in a group in front of the non-existent house, daring each other to go knock on the door. A great howling was heard from the Night Vale post office yesterday. Postal workers claim no knowledge, although passerby described the sound as being a little like a human soul being destroyed through black magic. The Indian tracker. Now, I don't know if you've seen this guy around. He's the one who appears to be of maybe Slavic origin, yet wears an Indian headdress out of some racist cartoon, and claims to be able to read tracks on asphalt. He appeared on the scene, and swore he would discover the truth. No one responded, because it's really hard to take him seriously in that headdress of his. Lights seen in the sky above the Arby's. Not the glowing sign of Arby's, something higher and beyond that. We know the difference. We've caught on to their game. We understand the lights above Arby's game. Invaders from another world. Ladies and gentlemen, the future is here, and it's about 100 feet above Arby's. Carmen and her scientists at the monitoring station near Route 800 say their seismic monitors have been indicating wild seismic shifts, meaning to say that the ground should be going up all over the place. I don't know about you folks, but the ground has been as still as the crust of a tiny globe rocketing through an endless void could be. Carmen says that they've double-checked the monitors, and they are in perfect working order. To put it plainly, there appears to be catastrophic earthquakes happening right here in Night Vale that absolutely no one can feel. Well, submit an insurance claim anyway. See what you can get, right? Traffic time, listeners. Now, police are issuing warnings about ghost cars out on the highways. Those cars only visible in the distance, reaching unimaginable speeds, leaving destinations unknown for destinations more unknown. They would like to remind you that you should not set your speed by these aberrations, and doing so will not be considered following the flow of traffic. However, They do say that it's probably safe to match speed with the mysterious lights in the sky, as whatever entities or organization is responsible appear to be cautious and reasonable drivers. And now, the weather.
The old church down the street, concrete beneath my feet, the shadows of the leaves, these and more than these and more than these, digging deeper, these and more than these, you gotta dig in deeper. I speak in ancient tongues, I stare straight at the sun. What I've done can't be undone. These and more than these and more than these, digging deeper. These and more than these, you gotta dig in deeper. Blood on my hands, but none of my soul. Someday, God willing, I will be whole. And up above, I feel the love from every star in the sky. I'll never be alone, I will never cry. I'll never be alone, I will never die. I hear them speaking still. My will is not my will. I wonder what is real. These and more than these and more than these, digging deeper. These and more than these, you gotta dig in deeper. These and more than these, digging deeper. These and more than these, you gotta dig in deeper. And these, and these, and these, and these, and these, and these.
Welcome back, listeners. The sun didn't set at the correct time today, Carmen and her team of scientists report. They are quite certain about it. They checked multiple clocks, and the sun definitely set 10 minutes later than it was supposed to. I asked them if they had any explanations, but they did not offer anything concrete. Mostly, they sat in a circle around a desk clock, staring at it, murmuring and cooing. Still, we must be grateful to have the sun at all. It's easy to forget in this hot desert climate, but things would actually be slightly harder for us without the sun. The next time the sun rises, whatever time that turns to be, take a moment to feel grateful for all the warmth and light and even, yes, extreme heat that our desert community is gifted with. The City Council would like to remind you about the tiered heavens and the hierarchy of angels. The reminder is that you should not know anything about this. The structure of heaven and the angelic organizational chart are privileged information known only to the City Council members on a need-to-know basis. Please, do not speak to or acknowledge any angels that you might come across while shopping at the Ralphs or at the Desert Flower Bowling Alley and Arcade Fun Complex. They only tell lies and do not exist. Report all angel sightings to the City Council for treatment. And now for a brief public service announcement. Alligators. Can they kill your children? Yes. Along those lines, to get personal for a moment, I think the best way to die would be swallowed by a giant snake. Going feet first whole into a slimy maw would give your life perfect symmetry. Speaking of the Desert Flower Bowling Alley and Arcade Fun Complex, its owner, Teddy Williams, reports that he has found the entrance to a vast underground city in the pin retrieval area of Lane 5. He said he has not yet ventured into it, merely peered down at its strange spires and broad avenues. He also reports voices of a distant crowd in the depths of that subterranean metropolis. Apparently, the entrance was discovered when a bowling ball accidentally rolled into it, clattering down to the city below with sounds that echoed for miles across the impossibly huge cavern. So, whatever population that city has, they know about us now, and we might be hearing from them very soon. Carmen, perfect and beautiful, came into our studios during the break earlier, but declined to stay for an interview. She had some sort of blinking box in her hand, covered with wires and tubes. Said she was testing the place for materials. I don't know what materials she meant, but that box sure whistled and beeped a lot. When she put it down to the microphone, it sounded like a bunch of baby birds had just woken up, really went crazy. Carmen looked nervous. I've never seen that kind of look on someone with that strong of a jaw. She left in a hurry, told us to evacuate the building. But then, who would be here to talk sweetly to all of you out there? Settling in to be another clear night and pretty evening here in Night Vale. I hope all of you out there have someone to sleep through it with, or at least good memories of when you did. Good night, listeners. Good night. Welcome to Night Vale is created and owned by Joseph Fink, Jeffrey Craner, and Commonplace Books. The voice of Night Vale is Cecil Baldwin. The female voice of Night Vale is Cecile Baldwin. The copyright does not belong to me, so please do not sue me. Good night, Night Vale. Good night.